Hi, welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. In this episode I'm going to be installing a rear view camera on my van. Well, actually I've installed two. The first one was a complete and utter waste of time. What a pile of crap it was. I bought the cheapest camera I could possibly find off eBay, complete with a brake light unit. And this was a complete mistake. Turned out the camera itself was far too small and it was too close to the brake light, which meant that half the picture on the monitor was obscured by the top of the van. So that was a waste of time. So I ripped that out and I've replaced it with another one. It turned out that the one I've replaced it with was only £15 more than the first one I bought. So I should have gone with that to start with, but you learn by your mistakes. So the first part of the video is recorded when I had with the original unit. It's exactly the same for both units, so I didn't see the point of re-recording it. I'd already edited it, so just to save a bit of time I've just included that in the video. It wouldn't make any difference if I'd redone it again. From the point of reinstalling the camera onto the van, that is the new unit, and that's the one that will be staying on the van. I've included as much detail as I can with the wiring. Now please be aware that this is only the way that I've done it. I'm not saying that this is the right way to do it. You should do your own research and come to your own decisions before you start messing around with your own wiring. So without any further ado, let's get on with the video. Thanks for watching. So I had to purchase a new interior mirror because my van didn't have one. I went with the mirror mounted version of the monitor rather than the dash mounted type. Comes with some English instructions, which is nice when it comes from China. The camera itself, that came with Chinese instructions, which was a lot of good. And although it was pretty self-explanatory from the diagram. I'll just have a quick look at the monitor. It's pretty much the same as all the other ones I've seen advertised, and let's just hope it works as well. It comes with some power cables and a small remote. Okay, so let's get it fitted. Okay, so here we are up the ladder. We're going to remove the two screws which hold the old lamp in place. Just do your best not to lose them. So I imagine you'll have a right job trying to find it if you're dropping from that height. When you come to remove the lamp, you'll see that with this one, it'll probably be just the same as yours. It's well and truly stuck. There'll be a gasket in there and some mastic or sealant or something. So if you just get yourself a little plastic scraper or a little plastic pry bar or something like that and just work away at it. Just keep scraping away and eventually it will come loose. So don't be tempted to force it, because if you crack the glass and the lamp you're putting in for some reason doesn't work, or your camera doesn't work I should say, you'll have to put it back in again. Okay, so when you've done the top bit, just work your way around the sides and along the bottom. So yeah, don't be tempted to force it. Yeah, you see now it's come away quite easily. So we'll just let that hang there for a minute. Now the next job is to remove all the old mastic that's stuck to the bodywork. Now pay a bit of attention to this and get it all off. If you leave any on, it will affect the seal for your new light. As it turned out, the light I bought didn't have a gasket or a seal or anything with it. So as you'll see, I just put some sealant on it, and it was fine. So now just unclip the light. It's quite easy. It's just a little plug that goes in, and then we'll take this down and we'll swap the light over. Okay, so we've got the lamp off the van. We're now going to remove the light bar from inside the lamp. When you buy your new camera and rear light, there's no lamp inside it. You have to reuse the one that's originally there. It's quite easy to get them out. I mean, I just insert a few little pieces of plastic. It's an old, I think it's a plastic scraper or something I've just cut up. I'm just covering up where the clips go into the holes to stop them popping back into place again. You can use a screwdriver, but what I find is when you pop one side out, and then when you've got to do the other side, the first side pops back in again. So I just find it easier just doing this. Yeah, just keep working at it. You'll find this side's a little bit tighter, obviously with having the pieces of plastic in the other side. And once you get the next couple of pieces in, that'll just fall out practically. See, I'm just covering up the little holes where the clips are, just to stop them popping back in again. Now you'll see when I try to insert this piece that the light starts popping out as soon as I open those clips up. I didn't even need this piece really. It probably would have just come out. Yeah, you see it's falling out now. So the whole thing, the assembly just slides out. So the new one just simply slots into place. This one was a little bit tight. Now, just so that you're aware, I'm going to be wiring my camera and monitor so that they only get power when I put the van into reverse. You can wire the camera and monitor to a permanent live feed so that you can use the remote with it. Personally, I can't see any time I would be using the remote with mine, so I don't need a permanent live feed. The cab and the rear of my van are going to be separated, so I wouldn't be able to get to the monitor when I was in the back of the van anyway, so it would have been a bit pointless. Plus the LEDs on my camera for some reason are on all the time when I try wiring it to a permanent live feed. If you want to wire yours like that, there are other installs on YouTube which you should probably watch. If you want to wire yours the same way I'm wiring mine, then I hope there's something of some interest here for you. Okay, so let's get on with it. Now here we have the new camera. You can see straight away it's a different quality product altogether. Comes with English instructions, with foam inserts to protect it, which is great. It has adjustable camera as well, as you can see. And you can tell just by the feel of it, it's a far better quality product. 2 cables as normal, power cable and a video. That's the power cable as well, just plugs, 2 plugs just joined together. And it comes with the extension video cable as well. Now, before we fit this in the van, we're just going to put some heatsink on the power cable. I'll just save doing it once we're inside the van. One less job to do in an awkward position. So we'll just take a piece of heatsink and find a one and offer it up just to see, make sure we've got the right size. Trim off any excess. And just slide it over the end of one of the plugs. Oh, nearly got the wrong one. And then just attach the other plug, slide the heatsink over, and then we'll just hit it with the heat gun. I'll probably fast forward some of this so it's not quite so boring. Okay, so that's it done, so let's get it on the van. So here we are at the back of the van. I'm just applying some silicone around the opening. Fast forwarded this just to try and get through it because it is quite lengthy. My light didn't come with a gasket or anything, so silicone will do just as good a job. Probably if not better actually. Just reattach the power cable for the brake light and just push the wires through the opening and try not to get in a sticky mess. Just position the light and put the screws in. Try not to over tighten them because the chances are you will crack the glass, or the plastic I should say. We'll just take a tool or a smoothing tool or something and just scrape away the excess silicone. And we'll take some rubbing alcohol and just clean up, get rid of any little bits where you've made a mess, like I did. And clean up the top of the van as well, just to make sure you've not left any bits anywhere. So here we are in the back of the van. This is the lamp above the rear doors. Just going to remove that so we can get access to the cables. Just going to pull those through there first, and then we'll feed them along to the next opening, to the right, which you see there. I just find it's easier doing that than putting your hand in, trying to fish around, trying to find out which cable is which. We'll just put those through. This cable, the power cable and the video cable there. The power cable has a red, which is the positive, and a red and black, which is the negative, or the earth. Now we're going to connect the positive into the blue and white cable, which is the reversing light cable, to get the power feed. This isn't a permanent live cable. This only comes on when you put it into reverse. You see I'm putting that together with a scotch lock there. You also see there's a blue cable there as well. This is a feed from the front of the van, which is feeding the monitor. I didn't want to cut into any more cables, so I just brought a feed along the top of the van. So you give them a tug, see if it's fastened okay. So we'll get that tidied up. You notice the blue and white cable was already stripped. This was from testing the monitor on a previous occasion. You don't need to strip them to add a scotch lock. You just push the blade straight through the cables and it strips it for you. So now we're attaching the earth cable, the black and red one. This is attached to the chassis, as you can see here. And just tighten that up, make sure it's got a good connection. So now we've connected the extension video cable into the camera video cable, and we're going to take it all the way along these two top cables here and take it all the way to the front of the van and connect it into the video cable, which is coming from the monitor, which is there. There you can see there's the monitor there, and I've just brought the cable around there temporarily. I'll tidy all that up once I've put the shelf in, and you can see I've already gone ahead and put a heat shrink on that piece. So that's it all connected up, so we're going to test it now. As you can see me in the reflection there, I'm just going to put the ignition key in and pop the van into reverse gear, and it should come on. There we are. That's it all working fine. far better picture than the previous camera, so I'm pleased I changed it. So here we are at the back of the van again now, and we're going to connect, we're going to tidy up the cables at the back. I'm going to put a bit of heat shrink onto this video cable here and just get that one tidied up. I've no idea what these little red cables are for, so I'm just tucking those away inside, and they'll be there if I need them at a later stage. So you don't need to put heat shrink on these if you don't want to. You can just wrap a bit of insulating tape around them. It's only to stop them coming apart. I suppose it offers a little bit of protection as well for that centre part, but I don't think they would short out on anything anyway. But you never know, it's always a little bit more protection. Yeah, so that's that done. And now we're just going to tidy up all the excess cable. If we can get the camera into position, that is. So now we're going to connect, gather up all the extra power cable, just folding it up here, and then I'm going to put a cable tie around. And then we'll just pop it up into the hole up the top there, just keep it out of the way. And we'll tidy the rest of it up. We'll put a bit of insulating tape around that Scotch lock connector, just for added security. And now I'm just going to tuck all the cables away behind the conduit at the top. I'll probably have to redo all of these. Once I'm happy that there's not going to be any more cables around the top of there, I'll tidy all those cables up properly. So we'll just replace the conduit, and that's it done. So thanks for watching.